Hi and welcome. So what I'm realizing is the fact that there is nothing to worry about, only things to be grateful for. And today I want to speak about the law of grace and how it works and how you can use gratefulness to really get to manifest the life that you desire, to get to be in a higher state of consciousness, and to really get to really, in essence, become grateful for the experiences that you have, for the things that you have, for the mindset that you have, for the consciousness that you have. Now, I'm realizing that we are not creating only through action, we are not creating only physically, we are also creating at an energy level, we are also creating vibrationally. So it means that whatever we are sending into the universe, whether that is an appreciation or something else, that thing has the power to come back to our own consciousness. So the law of grace says that everything that you are grateful for, you are experiencing into your life. Everything that you are being grateful for, you are becoming a vibrational match to. In essence, what you are being grateful for, you are getting to actually attract that thing into your life. Okay, so I realized that the more grateful I become is the happier that I become. So I'm realizing that the first thing that I have to be grateful for is my experience and the consciousness that I have. I realized that is not easy, and sometimes I wanted to judge my past. Sometimes I wanted to judge myself. Sometimes I wanted to judge my experience. But the more that I understand things from a spiritual perspective, is the more that I get to actually open my consciousness, okay? So guys, the first thing to be grateful for is your experience and your consciousness. Because the more that you place your attention in the present moment and the more that you become grateful for the things that you already have, is the more that you get to actually raise your focus, is the more that you get to raise your awareness, is the more that you get to raise your consciousness. Okay, so the first thing to be grateful for is the experience that you have. What are you experiencing, and especially internally? Because when we become grateful for the consciousness that we have, and when we realize that we are always doing the best that we can with the tools that we have, we get to actually become grateful. And when we become grateful, we get to actually attract new things into our lives, okay? So whatever you send out there, whether that is an action, a thought, or a feeling, that has the power to actually manifest into your own reality. So the question becomes, what are you sending out there? What is your consciousness today? What is your mindset today? How do you choose to express yourself? Now, I realize that the law of grace has the power to transcend karma. And this is about really becoming grateful for your past, maybe. Becoming grateful for your present moment, and even becoming grateful for the things that you don't already have yet. So my suggestion is, get your consciousness in the present moment and look a bit around yourself and see what you got there. See what kind of tools you got there. See what kind of mindset you got there. See what kind of skills you got within yourselves, and get to be grateful for them. Because I realize that the more that we become grateful is the more that we step into a higher density of consciousness. And really this is about activating our ascension process. This is actually activating our spiritual self. It's about activating our consciousness into a higher level, into a higher density. And I realized that in my own journey, the more that I embraced my experience, even if it was negative, the more that I was grateful for my experience, even if it was negative, was the more that I actually raised my consciousness, okay? So I realized that a rich person is actually rich in peace. A rich person is actually rich in his heart, okay? So the more that you become aware of yourself, and the more that you become in tune with yourself, the more grateful you become, okay? So what I'm suggesting is, begin to appreciate everything in your life. Begin to appreciate the big things and begin to appreciate the small things, okay? Because when we are stepping into a higher state of consciousness, we also realize that we have the power to manifest instantly. Okay, so whenever you are in a higher level of consciousness, you realize that the universe is actually working for you. Okay, I realized in my experience that things were not happening to me, they were actually happening for me. And this is actually a high advanced state of consciousness, to see that everything that is happening in your life, it is actually your own creation, and everything is actually working in your favor. The more that you realize this, is the more that you activate your magic, is the more that you activate your attraction point, okay? So what I'm coming to realize is the fact that the more that I stay connected to my own source of consciousness, and the more that I become grateful for my experience, is the more that I get to actually feel good, okay? And when you feel good, you also appreciate. When you feel love, you also appreciate. So I realized that love is the most powerful energy in the universe, and gratefulness is about love, and love is about courage, and so on, okay? It's about gratefulness, guys. Appreciate, appreciate, appreciate. See what you got around yourself and get to actually use that, okay? So realize that gratefulness is strongly connected to manifestation. Whenever we are being grateful about something, we also have the power to actually manifest that thing into our lives. So for example, you may be grateful for the relationships that you have, and when you are grateful for the relationships that you have, you get to actually attract that kind of relationship into your life. You get to actually improve that relationship. You may be grateful for the things that you have, and you get to actually expand those things into your life. You may be grateful for the consciousness that you have. You get to actually expand your consciousness, because this is the law of compensation. Whatever you focus on grows, okay? And what I'm coming to realize is the fact that we don't only create in the 3D reality, okay? We don't only create physically, we also create vibrationally with the thoughts and feelings that we have, okay? So what I'm suggesting is learn to project something different into the universe. Learn to project something beautiful into the universe, because that will have the power to come back into your own reality. So when you project your consciousness that is represented with love, peace, harmony, abundance, prosperity, you will get to actually have more of that thing into your life, okay? I realized that when I'm grateful, I also get the power to shift my mindset. I also get the power to shift my subconscious mind, and really we attract into our lives what we deeply believe into our own subconscious mind, okay? We attract into our lives the experiences that we are actually a match to. So the law of grace is about embracing the lesson, because it's not always positive. You don't always attract the positive, you don't always attract the perfect outcome, but what you attract is an experience that is a match to your own vibrational consciousness, to your own vibrational energy. And when you learn the lesson, and when you become grateful for the lesson, you realize that in essence it has happened for you. It has happened for you to actually learn to embrace and love yourself unconditionally. It has happened with the purpose of you raising your consciousness and getting to actually become grateful for the experience. I realized that I didn't have an easy past. Okay, I really had a rough past where I felt like I was losing myself. But what I'm coming now to realize is the fact that when I'm getting grateful for even these negative experiences, I get to actually transform them into a high consciousness. I get to actually transform myself into my higher self. I get to actually become my true authentic version in the process, okay? So if you want to use the law of gratefulness, you gotta be careful of what you see around yourself. You gotta start beginning to appreciate everything in your life. If you want to use the law of gratefulness, you gotta project love into the world, okay? You gotta project abundance into the world. You gotta project a high conscious awareness into the world, okay? Because again, the law of cause and effect says that everything that we project out there will actually come back into our own state of consciousness. So it's really, in essence, becoming aware, and it's about really starting to appreciate everything that you have into your life, because the happy people are grateful and the grateful people are happy, okay? So when you are becoming grateful, you are also becoming happy. Okay guys, so yes, it's not easy to actually look at the small things and actually be grateful for them, but from my perspective it is essential. It is essential to get to actually know yourself at a different level and really get to raise your consciousness and raise your manifestation with gratefulness. okay, with gratefulness. So guys, this is today's message. If you are new to my YouTube channel, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment. If you want to work with me personally, feel free to send me a message. And if you want to be part of my spiritual podcast called Consciously Awakening, feel free to also send me a message. This is the law of gratefulness. Be grateful for your experience and more positive things will come into your life, because this is how it works. Whatever you send out there is whatever you are receiving in here, and you cannot have what you are not willing to give. So if you want more money, give money. If you want more love, give love. If you want more abundance, start appreciating and give abundance out there from your emotional state of consciousness. Okay, I realize that perception is key, and whenever we are shifting perception, we are also shifting our reality. Whenever we are shifting perception, we are also shifting the life that we are experiencing. Whenever we are shifting perception, we are also shifting the 3D material world into a higher conscious reality. Guys, thanks for watching, and like always, see you on what is coming up next. I'm just having fun here, and I'm being grateful for the mindset that I have. I'm being grateful for my progress. I'm being grateful for even my past experiences. I'm being grateful for even the negative experiences, because I allow myself to be myself, and I allow myself to become my best version. It's not about what we accomplish, but about who and what we become in the process. And what we should become is a frequency of love, of peace, of harmony. Guys, thanks for watching, and like always, see you on what is coming up next. See ya. This was the Law of Grace. Make sure that you use these tools in order to increase your lifestyle. I love you.